guys, it's Judy, and I have a card process video for you to share. It's called Special Delivery, and I am using the CC Designs Cherry with Mail. So I am using Nina's Solar White cardstock, and I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and using my Copics. For the hair, I'm starting off with the hair, which is weird because I usually start with the face, but I just started with the hair, and I'm using E55, E57, E59. E59 is the darkest, and I put that down first, and then I'm using E57, and then now E55 as the lightest color, and then I go back. For this time I did darkest to lightest, and then lightest back to darkest, and I'm not totally crazy about how I did the hair. It looks kind of different, but I don't know whether I did the dark too much or I didn't like how I flicked the bangs, maybe. But anyway, those are the colors. And then now I'm going to do the skin tone. And I usually use E000 and then E53. So I put a base of the E000, and then now I'm doing the E53 for underneath the bang, so all the shading or the darker areas. And next I'm going to work on the jeans, and I used B93, 95, and 97 is the combination I like. And so I went darkest to lightest and then back again. And then for the shoes, I use the E59, same as the hair combinations. Just, I guess, because I like to balance the top and the bottom, so I put similar colors. And then for the shirt, I'm using BG11 and BG13. I love those colors. Those are like a nice aqua. And then I'm just filling the hearts with our G25? And then the envelopes. So I'm looking at a yellow. So that's kind of like a beigey yellow for the middle card. And then I'm going to use a pink. So I forgot to do the cheeks, so I'm just doing I believe it's RV20 for the cheeks. And then I'm also doing it for the envelope of that one. And sorry, I sped this up so then you can't really see the colors for too long. And I have the chow markers, so they don't have the colors on the cap. So if I do have a sketch marker, I will show the cap for you or leave it on the table, because I know that helps. But those are just some of the greens that I used. And then I don't know how that dot got there on the paper. But I looked at the hair, I didn't really like it, so I added more of the dark. And then I went back in with a lighter color to highlight. So that's the image so far. And so I'm looking for papers. I'm looking for the base for the cardstock. And I picked the Blue Raspberry by MFT, because that is like the color I sort of used for her shirt. And now I'm like out of frame. I didn't realize I was so zoomed. There we go. So I'm just cutting the image out, trimming it out. And I am looking for coordinating cardstock. So I'm looking at the colors I used on the envelopes in the image. So right now I'm scoring, and then I picked out from the American Crafts cardstock that I had. And I'm looking through that American Crafts. I think it's Color Crush. I got that paper pad at Target a while ago. So I like the one with the flowers because it has kind of the color combination I used. And so I'm looking at the pinks, the yellows, and the greens that I used on the envelope. So that dot was bothering me, and I was like, oh, let me try to use that colorless blender to see if it erases. I think I left my white gel pen somewhere, so I couldn't really I think that would work. It's like white out. You just white it out. But I, I was like, I'll leave it, and I will probably put like a bling on top of it somehow. So that's the cardstock and the color combination I decided to use. For the pink, I wanted a little pattern, so I chose that one out of the paper pad. And I'm just trimming, and I'm going to do the flowers on the top half. And I left that pink border a little longer, and I'm just marking where I want to cut. So just a little different from what I usually do. Instead of just matting it all out, I left a little extra space because I wanted to add a sentiment as well. So I'm thinking what sentiment I can write or choose. I have so many stamps, it's hard to actually look for the stamp. So that was on my desk, and it says it's the October afternoon that came in the December daily, and it has an arrow that has the special delivery on it. And I'm thinking I will fussy cut it out. And the ink I'm using is the matching blue raspberry color box ink from MFT. So hopefully it'll match the base cardstock color. So for the fussy cutting, I'm leaving a little white space around the arrow. So I like that look to have a little border around it. And so I'm just going to put it over there on the bottom. So I'm adhering everything down. So you can still see that yucky dot on the upper left of the image. And then so I'm putting pop dots on, or pop squares, or adhesive dimensionals. And I'm just adding it to the corner. And I'm trying to figure out what kind of bling I am going to use to cover it up. Sorry, I'm like all the way on the right. I didn't realize the camera was all the way on the right. So I'm like, should I put buttons or bling? So yes, I'm sorry, I'm totally off to the side. But yeah, I'm trying to look through my bling to see what will look nice without looking kind of awkward like I just put it there to cover up something. So I chose that green, and that's a little too big. I was going to do smaller ones, so I ended up doing a cluster of 3 smaller ones on top, and then to make it symmetrical, I do 3 smaller ones on the bottom. I think those are basic gray. So that's my card. Hope you guys like it. And I don't put anything on the inside. Hope you like it. Bye.